The wrong Airbnb can ruin your vacation. And here in Panama, the wrong Airbnb can ruin your investment. Because here's the truth. The only people making real money off Airbnb in Panama right now are the developers when they sell you the apartment. Why? Because most Airbnb properties are inconsistent, expensive to maintain, and when you eventually want to sell, worth a lot less than what you hoped. And let me hit you with this. The vast majority of Airbnbs in Panama City are illegal. Yeah. Law 80 of 2012 permits stays of only 45 days or more. So anything under 45 days in Panama, unless you have that certificate, is illegal. There are a few buildings that jumped through the hoops and got the approval from the tourism authority, places like Living 73, Costco View, and Arcadia, but they're the exception, and everyone else still breaking the law. But here's the twist. Now we've got almost 2,000 brand new licensed Airbnb-friendly units hitting the market in the next 3 years. Developers saw the Airbnb trend, and like they always seem to do here in Panama, they all piled on at once. And that means oversupply is coming potentially again. If you lived in Panama or at least have been following my channel, you know that oversupply is not new here. Panama is sadly famous for the herd mentality in real estate. But even beyond oversupply, location is also a problem. Most Airbnbs are clustered in neighborhoods like San Francisco, Coco del Mar, even El Cangrejo, and nowhere near the big draws for tourists like Costco Viejo, Panama Canal, Amador Causeway, and the convention center. So you've got guests ending up staying kind of far from where they want to be. And then on top of all that, we've got new laws coming. No one knows how it's going to shake out. Could be taxes, could be crackdowns, could be forced changes, maybe to the entire model. So uncertainty alone is a bit risky. Now, does that mean that Airbnb in Panama is dead? Not exactly. There are two workarounds that some of our clients are starting to use on our advice. First of all, midterm rentals. In those approved buildings I mentioned, some owners are crushing it by only allowing 60-day or longer stays. So they got to hold the line. Don't take those vacation rentals. Block it off so it's 60 days or more. They're getting 40% above regular long-term lease rates when they get that sweet spot, 3 to 6 month tenants. And sometimes, by the way, those tenants convert into long-term rentals at the higher rate. That's good move. Second thing is, what I suggest is go where there's no competition. Projects with a single administrator or a hotel style operation. Why? Because you avoid the chaos of inconsistent management, disappointed guests, and in some cases, angry neighborhoods. Here's something that might surprise you. While Panama City has over 15,000 hotel rooms, almost all of them are in the east of the city, far away from our top 3 tourist attractions. So near Costco, Amador, and the canal, less than 500 hotel rooms exist today. I think that balance is an opportunity. In fact, we are working on a project that solves exactly that problem. It's got professional management. It's adjacent to a major hotel, which is actually a good thing. And it's positioned where tourists actually want to stay. If you're curious, you check out the details on our website or just drop me a message. But back to the big picture. If someone is pitching you an Airbnb approved condo, be careful. Just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's going to perform. And don't get me wrong, Airbnb can definitely work for certain buyers. I've got clients who use their place a few weeks out of the year, rent it out the rest of the time. They're happy because it covers their costs. It's not a huge ROI like they were promised. We didn't promise it to them. The developer did, but it fits their lifestyle. Living full-time in one of those buildings, though, full-time in an Airbnb building, forget about it. Just ask the residents of like U Tower what it's like sharing an elevator with a bachelor party every weekend, or like avoiding your own pool because it feels more like a Vegas hotel. Airbnb in Panama is high maintenance. It's legally risky. And in most cases, kind of oversold, but with the right strategy, there are still some ways to make it work. So here's my advice. 1, if you want flexibility, look at midterm rentals. And 2, if you're dead set on short term, stick to a few carefully chosen projects. So thanks for watching. If this helps, hit like and subscribe. If you've got a question, drop it in the comments. I'll be jumping in there myself. Thanks for watching.